Hello, my name's Stephen. I'm a youth minister down in Brighton. Welcome to Lockdown. Praise up 8 minutes into Isaiah to get the heart and the head. Woo! Gazing up higher, and today we're flying back into Isaiah 65. And welcome back to my office. Now, a few days ago I showed you my finger. Here's a manky finger update. Here we go. It looks better, right? That's healing up nicely. In fact, I'm finding it amazing watching the nail grow back. God has done such an incredible job with our bodies, right? Insane. Amazing. Anyway, it's time for your daily challenge. Today, elastic band mayhem. So, you could have an elastic band battle. You could do elastic band shootout in your homes. Here's Stephen to give you some techniques and some tips. In an elastic band battle, there are two different techniques to use. The first is called the finger gun. Boom, 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 boom. You can also double load your finger gun. Boom, 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 boom. And then you fire. Boom, boom. The second, a more destructive method, is you need paper and you roll, 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 roll. Fold, 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 fold. Fold it again. And you've got a very lethal weapon. Now, with your elastic band, hold it between two fingers, pull it back, boom! That's dangerous. Those are some techniques for the elastic band battle of mayhem. Elastic band mayhem, good luck. Anyway, we're back into Isaiah 65. And remember, it's showing us what's in store for God's people. Our new home, the new heavens and earth. That's our destination. Now, one of my favourite German words of all time is a word, Ohrwurm. It means earworm. Not like earwig, but it's earworm. It means like when you get a song stuck in your head. So if you were German, you might say, Oh nein, ich bekomme den Earworm. I want it that way. Nicht aus dem Kopf. It kind of means I can't get that Backstreet Boys song out of my head, and my German is shocking, so sorry for any offence I've caused. But apparently, in the top 5 earworms of all time, we have Queen, We Will Rock You. We have The Proclaimers, I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles. We have The Village People and YMCA. There's even an earworm formula. Receptiveness plus predictability minus surprise, plus melodic potency, plus rhythmic repetition, times 1.5 equals earworm. Like someone in St Andrews came up with that formula. Like what? Earworms, songs that get stuck in our head. Humanity as a whole, well, we've had one song stuck in our head. Stuck there all our life, an earworm we cannot get rid of. The soundtrack of evil. Think of the most evil song you can think of. Got it? Maybe it's the Imperial March. Da 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 da. Or maybe it's Jaws. Da 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 da. Since Genesis 3, when Adam and Eve ate that fruit and disobeyed God, the soundtrack of evil has been played. And it's a soundtrack that not only gets stuck in our head, but is stuck in our hearts. Because of our sin, it plays through us. And it's sort of background music to everything we do. And so, what are the particular notes or melodies we hear in this soundtrack? Well, Genesis 3 tells us. In verse 13 and verse 17, the word is cursed. We live under a curse. That's part of this soundtrack. Da, 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 da. And Genesis 3 verse 16, God says, I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. With painful labour you'll give birth to children. Like, as we know, childbearing is agony. That's part of the soundtrack of evil. Da, 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 da. Genesis 3 verse 17, through painful toil you will eat your food. By the sweat of your brow, verse 19, you will eat your food. Work is tough and difficult. That's part of the soundtrack of evil. Da, 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 da. Genesis 3 verse 19, dust you are and to dust you will return. Death is part of the soundtrack of evil. Da, 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 da. And Genesis 3 verse 23, the Lord God banished Adam from the Garden of Eden, were separated from God. That's part of the soundtrack of evil. Da, 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 da. These are the kind of melodies and notes that play in the soundtrack of evil. And don't we kind of feel the effects of sin daily? Don't we hear that soundtrack playing constantly in our world? And not only out there, but also in here. We say, we think evil things that come from our evil hearts that disobey God, like Adam and Eve. And so this earworm is like stuck in our head and our hearts, and we can't get rid of it. All of them! The soundtrack of evil. But in our new home, oh my, a different song is playing. In our new home, the soundtrack of life plays out. That's the soundtrack of life. And that earworm of death is finally gone. And we see it beautifully laid out for us in Isaiah 65, because it tells us of the great reversal. Back in London days, it snowed over December when I was at school. Like crazy, right? Unheard of. And like it was snowing when we were sitting in our maths class. But do you know what my school said? They said, don't worry about snow. School is still on tomorrow. As a 12-year-old kid, that is the worst news ever, right? I went home in a mood, like frustrated and angry. But wake up the next day and we are blanketed in fluffy white powder snow. And there's a message on the school website. School is cancelled! Yes! What an epic reversal of fortunes. We're free! That is a good reversal, right? But Isaiah 65 paints a picture of an even greater reversal in our new home. The reverse of the curse of Genesis 3. The soundtrack of life. And have a look at how beautifully specific it is. Verse 23. God's people will be a people blessed by the Lord. Blessed, not cursed. Yes, our new home. Verse 23 again. Nor will they bear children doomed to misfortune. The end of the curse on childbearing. Yes, our new home. And verse 22. My chosen ones will enjoy the work of their hands. Work is fun. Schoolwork. Work is fun. Yes, our new home. Whoa. And verse 25. The wolf and the lamb will feed together. Death gone. Even violence between natural predator and prey disappears, Zootropolis style. Yes, our new home. And verse 24. God says, before they call, I will answer. While they are still speaking, I will hear. God is so close. There'll be no more separation in our new home. Yes! Oh, the soundtrack of life. The great reverse of the curse of Genesis 3. And did you notice too that verse 25, dust will be the serpent's food? If you remember in Genesis 3, the serpent was told he will be crushed by a special serpent-crushing legend. Here in Isaiah 65, that has happened. The serpent's munching dust because the serpent crusher, Jesus, has won. No more enemies. See, the cross ends the soundtrack of evil, so we can enjoy the soundtrack of life. If we're trusting Jesus, we will hear that sound play forever in our new home. It's going to be magnificent. So spend a bit of time rereading Isaiah 65. Think about what you are most looking forward to. And say a big thank you to God that that's coming. And when you hear the chords of the soundtrack of evil playing in this world, remember that we're in the final few bars. The last notes are playing. It's coming to an end because the soundtrack of life is dying soon. Yes! Let's pray. Father, thank you for this brand new home that awaits us. Lord, I cannot wait. Amen. Amen. Come back again tomorrow for some more Lockdown Praise Up.